Hello, and welcome to Walk the Cinema podcast. And today's episode is very special. I'm very excited.
Yes, today we are going to be making our predictions for the 2021 Oscars.
We're going to be going in the reverse order of how they have it listed on IMDb because we didn't really want to pick an order. That'll make it extra hard. So they start with Best International Feature Film. And we have Another Round from Denmark, Better Days from Hong Kong, Collective from Romania, Quo Vadis Aida, and The Man Who Sold His Skin from Tunisia.
Yes, so I only saw one of these, and that was Another Round. So I think that one's probably going to win because it's nominated for multiples, and they're like multiple big categories, I would say. So I also really enjoyed it. So it was my favorite that I had seen, and I just think that's the one that's going to be chosen.
Yeah, it's definitely going to win. I don't think it's the giant of the category. I don't think the other ones really have a choice. Even though The Collective also got multiple nominations, same as Honeyland last year. You got Best Documentary and Best Foreign Picture nominations.
Right. Well, you saw them all, so which one was?
Yeah, I saw them all. My favorite was Another Round.
Mm.
But they're all good, except for The Man Who Sold His Skin, which is by far the weakest. But at least we get the first Muslim woman director in this category, so I guess that's good.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Get something out of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Better Days could have been better, but it was pretty good.
Mm.
Collective is a very strong documentary. Quo Vadis Aida from Bosnia was actually a very powerful war drama. We got recommended this on the YouTube comments. It's really good. There was a couple omissions here that I thought were weird, like The Night of the Kings didn't get nominated, but The Man Who Sold His Skin did. That was a little weird to me. But yeah, Another Round is just the giant in this. It's my favorite. It's my pick to win.
Gotcha. Well, our next category, moving on, is Best Live Action Short, where we have Feeling Through, The Letter Room, The Present, Two Distant Strangers, and Wide Eye. I felt like I didn't love any of the ones in this category, to be honest. I
loved Wide Eye.
I think Wide Eye is my favorite.
I loved it. It was absolutely amazing. Just from a technical standpoint, it was so gorgeous.
I didn't like it as much, I guess. I did think that one was the best. But I think The Letter Room is going to win just because it has Oscar Isaac in it.
Yeah, I was going to say the same exact thing. Yeah. It has a Hollywood actor, so I think they're just going to vote for what they recognize.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not my least favorite. It's probably like right in the middle.
Yeah, I didn't.
The five, but
the only one I didn't see was Feeling Through. But
honestly, Feeling Through, you can skip. I don't think it's not my least favorite. That's for sure. But I think it's a little too manipulative in the way it presents its story. But it's okay. The one that I think we both don't like is The Two Distant Strangers. Just the way it was made. It had good intentions, though, I guess.
Oh yeah, I think that what they were trying to do was good. I just wasn't really a fan of it, I guess.
It didn't do it well. Yeah, my favorite is Wide Eye, but I think The Letter Room is my pick to win. Just because of Oscar Isaac. They recognize him. This is what happened last year, I think. With The Neighbor's Window. It was the only one that had some sort of bigger actress in it, and it was the one that won, even though it wasn't anything.
Right.
To write home about. So the next category is Animated Short Film. We got Burrow, Genius Locky, If Anything Happens, I Love You, Opera, and Yes People.
I thought that this category was actually pretty solid.
It is, except for one thing.
Yeah, that's true. I think we both hated Yes People.
Yeah, Yes People from Iceland I don't think anyone understands it. And I'm sorry because I got sent I got sent a screener for this from one of the producers, and I'm sorry to tell him it's like not good.
I just don't
But they
think
got the Oscar nomination, so
yeah, I
that's
just don't
good.
I don't think that the animation is very pretty.
The
Um,
story's terrible.
yeah,
If it's a story, I wouldn't even call it that.
I thought I'll say my favorite right now was Opera. I loved it so much. I gave it a 10 out
Yeah,
of 10.
it
Um,
did.
I just thought it was
That's
pretty,
that's from South Korea. It's from a former animator that worked at Pixar, I think.
yeah, and I just thought it was pretty. I thought it was provoking. You
Mhm.
could watch it a ton of times and like see different things about it, you know?
Yeah, it's the short I watched the most out of these.
Yeah.
It's the human pyramid type thing, but I don't think that's gonna.
Oh no, it's not gonna win. I know it's gonna win. I think
What do you think it's gonna?
if anything happens, I love you.
Yeah, I think that's gonna. It's between that and Burrow,
I
but I
think
think that one is gonna win because
I
it
think
actually was pretty popular when it came out. Like a lot of people were watching it. A lot of buzz for it,
hmm
and it's the situation that it's about is a little Oscar baity, so, and I think it's gonna work.
yeah, that's valid. But also pretty solid. What was your favorite?
And my favorite was Genius Lucky from France. That was like a pop art, chaotic type movie where you don't really understand what's happening, but it just the vibes are really good.
Right, it's the
But
vibes.
I liked all of them except for Yes People.
That yeah, I did too.
Yes People's a really weird choice. Like I think it's one of the weirdest choices for a nomination this year.
Yeah. Our next category is Best Animated Feature Film. We have Onward, Over the Moon, A Shaun the Sheep movie, Farmageddon, Soul, and Wolfwalkers.
Yeah. So I think this one's obvious.
Yeah,
A lot of people were gonna be wanting Wolfwalkers to win. I know that.
I agree. But I think Soul was a better movie.
I think it was better, and I think it's the obvious choice for voters too, because it's Pixar.
Yeah.
It's emotional
hmm
to some extent.
Yeah, and I just think it's out of all of these ones, I saw all of them. We both saw all of them. I'm pretty sure we watched all of them together. Um, but it was probably my favorite out of all of them, and I didn't even like it that much. Like I liked it, but it's not going to be one of my ones that I go back to all the time, you know?
I didn't like any of them too much, really. I think they're all very mediocre, actually. I think we got Shaun the Sheep movie nominated because we kind of just needed a fifth movie,
hmm
and there was not a lot of choices. It could have been The Croods 2, or this is Shaun the Sheep 2, it's just not called that. But I mean, I like it because I like Shaun the Sheep, but it's not. It's not really Oscar worthy. We just needed a fifth one.
Right.
I think Wolfwalkers, it's another good effort for a cartoon saloon. They already had other nominations.
hmm
They had The Breadwinner, which I love The Breadwinner, but Soul is gonna take it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's always Disney or Pixar that wins anyways. So
Hey, that one time, I think it was 2018, where the Spider-Man movie won.
the Spider-Man movie won. Spirit of the Way also won.
hmm
But
I mean,
Disney
of course.
owns Spider-Man,
Well,
and
yeah, but
Disney
it's not,
owns the distribution rights for Studio Ghibli, so they end up always on top anyway.
I guess.
So I think we agree. Best and the most likely to win is Solo. So moving on to best documentary short subject, we have A Concerto is a Conversation, A Love Song for Latasha, Colette, Do Not Split, and Hunger Ward.
I saw 3 out of 5. I didn't see Do Not Split or Hunger Ward, but I
You
did.
didn't say my favorite then.
You saw your favorite was Do Not Split, right?
Yeah, it's about the Hong Kong riots
Yeah,
with the epidemic.
I knew that was probably I would probably enjoy that one, but I didn't see it. My favorite was Colette, and I think part of it is I can't relate fully, but my family was in a concentration camp. So I kind of like the emotions that she had while she was there. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'd be like that if I.
Yeah, I also really liked it. I watched it a long time ago, though. That was the first one I watched months ago. Got a very early screener for that.
Yeah.
And BBC News also put it on their website like a couple of months ago. So I watched it a long time ago, but I still remember it. So yeah, that one's good. But I think a love song for Latasha is kind of.
Yeah, I agree. That's
It was solid. It was emotional enough where it didn't feel manipulative.
Yeah, and I think it does have, I always like ones that have some type of personal attachment, which is I think why I liked the conversation one, because it was about like a grandson and his grandfather having a conversation. But like
a shirt is a conversation. I think that one kind of sucks, to be honest with you.
I know, but I kind of like it because I think it's sweet. I think it's sweet.
It is sweet, I guess, but it's not really a documentary.
But I did like a love song for Latasha too, because like I think it talks to her friend and her cousin who really loved her, and the story is really tragic, you know.
Yeah, it sucks, and I think it's gonna win. I think it's the most solid one, but this is one is hard to predict because I had Colette going into this, but I'm gonna change my mind. My official pick is gonna be Latasha. You also didn't talk about Underworld, which you didn't watch, but that was about the children of Yemen suffering through famine, and it was so exploitive. I can see why some people absolutely hate this. I don't understand why anyone likes this. It's another exploitive documentary that does nothing to help the victims. So yeah, that one is terrible.
From what I can tell, like there's not really like a call to action. It's just kind of like, here's
they just show you dying children, literally, and it ends. You can go to this website. No one does that.
Yeah, but hopefully moving on to somewhat lighter topics, which is the best documentary feature, where we have The Collective, Crip Camp, The Mole Agent, My Octopus Teacher, and Time. I didn't watch any of these, so my guess.
All of them, obviously.
My guess is purely hype and what I think the voters of the Oscars would pick, and my vote goes to Time.
Yeah, my favorite is The Collective. Obviously, I think there's a lot of good documentary here. There's a lot of omissions that would be amazing to see. I'd love to see Feels Good Man here. That one was really good this year. A couple others, but these are not terrible. Except for Time. Which Time isn't terrible. It's okay. It's just not well done. But I think just the subject itself is going to get it the win.
I agree.
But it could be a Crip Camp. It could be 2 in a row for Netflix and the Obamas. Because this is another documentary produced by the Obamas. They won last year with American Factory. They could win this year with Crip Camp, and I wouldn't be mad. I don't love My Octopus Teacher as much as most people do. I don't think it's not really well done, but a lot of people like it. I think it might be the favorite right now to win, but I don't think it will. I love The Mole Agent as well. It's really cute. So Chile was their submission for international feature, but it ended up getting best documentary. So good for Chile.
Yeah, it's good for Chile.
So your official prediction is Time. Any particular reason besides the hype?
Just I think that it sounds like something that would win an Oscar, to be honest. I haven't really read any of the synopsises. I've read, the basics of what each movie is about, but not really anything beyond that. So it's kind of a pure guess on my end. I have a lot of pure guesses.
I hope it's The Collective, but I don't. So we're going to move on to Best Achievement in Visual Effects. We got Love and Monsters, Mulan, Tenet, The Midnight Sky, and The One and Only I.
I can tell you which ones I didn't like. I really didn't like Mulan or the one and only Ivan's visual effects. I thought Mulan was like, it looked so cheap to me.
It did.
And the one and only Ivan also looked very cheap. Like it looked like the animals weren't meant to be there.
I think the problem with the one and only Ivan is they used similar technologies to the Lion King remake. But the problem is the Lion King, they're all animals, so it doesn't stand out as much.
Yeah.
With the one and only Ivan, their backdrop is human, and there are humans around, so it looks even weirder to see big monkeys going around.
Mm.
My favorite was Love and Monsters. That actually had really good visual effects. But I think Tenet is gonna win just because it's the biggest name in this list by far, and yeah, it's the only award it really can win.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking that if it does win an award, it's going to be visual effects, and I think it does have a pretty decent chance at.
Yeah, they're not terrible.
Yeah.
The Midnight Sky is also not terrible, but I'm kind of mad I had to watch this just to complete the list. It's a terrible movie, but the effects are okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Tenet. I just hope we're not rewarding Disney for more mediocre content.
I agree. But moving on, we have Best Original Song, which is a category I'm excited to talk about. So we have Fight for You from Judas and the Black Messiah, Hear My Voice from The Trial of Chicago 7, Husafek from Eurovision Song Contest, Astoria Fire Saga.
It's a mouthful.
EOC from The Life Ahead, and Speak Now from One Night in Miami.
Let's start this way. Where's Who Want Flu, you freaking cowards? You know very damn well You Want Flu should be nominated.
I don't think they could have done that, especially with...
The Golden Globes did it. They're not cowards.
That's true. That's true.
The Foreign Associated Press are not cowards.
Yeah, I'm also like... I don't know why Yaya Ding Dong got passed up for Husavek.
The whole list could just be songs from the Eurovision Song Contest.
Yes, I love the Eurovision Song Contest. That's why it's probably my favorite.
It's my favorite too.
By far. I think that Fight for You and Hear My Voice are also good, but I remember watching Eurovision Song Contest at my house during the quarantine and thinking that was like a genuinely good song. Like they were all bops, but this was like
Yusevich is genuinely good. Like it's not a joke song at all.
Yeah.
Like the other songs are a little funny, but this one's not. This one's like the legitimate emotional song. But it's got no chance. No,
absolutely not. I think that it's really between Fight for You and Hear My Voice, and I think Fight for You is the one that's gonna. So
we're just gonna agree on everything.
I mean, we did do this by ourselves. Like we didn't look at each other.
No, we didn't. But we're agreeing on everything.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like once we get to some other stuff, we'll disagree.
Yeah,
I feel like these ones
both are our favorites, and the one we think are gonna win are the same here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's between Hear My Voice and Fight for You. So next up, we got original score for The Five Bloods, Mank, Minari, News of the World, and Soul. As I said in the Minari video, which you can find on our channels, I don't like that score. Do you like the score?
I did. I thought it was okay.
You thought it was okay?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so what's your favorite?
I did not even choose a favorite for this one because I feel like I am unqualified to pick a favorite. I feel like News of the World has no chance, in my opinion.
Honestly, I was just going to say I do not remember the score for that at all.
Yeah.
So I can't really have an opinion on it. I think The Five Bloods, one of the worst things about it was probably the score.
Mm.
But my favorite is Soul, and I think Soul's going to win.
Okay. Here's one we disagree on. I think Mank's going to win.
Okay, I can see Mank.
I just think that there's like two categories that I think Mank has a chance in winning, and this is one of them.
It does have a chance, but I'm going to go with Soul.
Okay. So I did like Soul's score. So that one's probably actually my favorite, but I think it's going to go to Mank.
Okay. Not much discussion here.
No. Our next one is Best Makeup and Hairstyling. We have Emma, Hillbilly Elegy, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, and Pinocchio.
Pinocchio is the second Italian movie we have here. That's not even the submission that Italy put for Best International Feature. That one didn't get anything, but they got 2 other movies nominated. They're not going to win anything. But it's nice to see the Academy branch out.
Yeah, for sure.
Even though Pinocchio is extremely creepy. You didn't like the makeup for Pinocchio?
No, I didn't. I just saw the makeup for Pinocchio. I thought it was like I didn't watch it, so I don't know if the intent was to be creepy, but it creeped me out.
Yeah, it was creepy. The other characters were not super creepy, but I don't know.
Yeah, but I think that Ma Rainey's Black Bottom is gonna win.
I think so too.
I think that they did a really good job with their makeup and hairstyling for that one.
They did.
But I also think that if Hillbilly Elegy is going to win anything, it's going to be this category. So
The thing is, Hillbilly Elegy is not going to win anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if the voters of the Academy wanted to give it anything, I think that this would be the thing that it would be given for.
I'm going to stick with Ma Rainey. It's also my favorite. It looked really, really good.
Yeah, I agree.
Viola Davis looked great.
Yeah, she looked incredible for
the haircuts for the rest of the band, the hairstyle for the rest of the band looked really good.
Definitely agree.
So next up we got Best Sound, and we got Greyhound, Mank, News of the World, Soul, and Sound of Metal.
I feel
There's
like
no point in talking about this one.
I know. I feel like we're gonna agree on this one too.
Yeah, it's obviously Sound of Metal.
Yeah, and I think it's really deserved.
Yeah, but if Soul won, I wouldn't be mad either.
No, I wouldn't be mad, but I think that Sound of Metal is like...
Yeah, Sound of Metal is incredible.
Yeah, and I think...
The sound in that movie. They got rid of the sound design versus the sound mixing. They just made Best Sound this year.
You're right. I didn't even think about that.
I think most of the Academy voters don't know the difference anyways.
Yeah.
And
I don't really know the difference.
There's a huge difference.
I know there's a difference. I couldn't point out to you what it is. So
okay, I talk about pointing out. I want to point out this Best Sound, Greyhound, and News of the World. Are we just agreeing that Tom Hanks sounds incredible, or is this a coincidence?
Yeah, Tom Hanks. He's the best. Everyone loves Tom Hanks.
The Greyhound nomination is just out of nowhere. I didn't even realize people remember that movie existed.
Yeah, it seems kind of random, but...
That's an Apple TV movie, I think.
Yeah.
I saw it when it came out, but that was a long time ago. That's just such a random nomination.
Yeah, and I feel like... I don't know. I'm looking at my notes here now, and I think that even The Sound of Metal is nominated for several different things. I think this is the only thing it's going to win.
It might be, but it's a very deserving thing to win.
Yeah, for sure, and it's still a very good movie. So I hope it does get the win. So our next one is Best Costume Design. We have Emma, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, Mulan, and Pinocchio.
Yeah, at least Pinocchio here is better than the makeup.
Yeah, but I think that the Academy is going to stick with what it always does and do the one that's historical. So I think it's gonna be Emma. It's pretty dresses. Who more do you want? It has pretty beautiful dresses. I also think it's gonna be Emma, but I love Ma Rainey's. I do too. I thought Ma Rainey's costume design was also very good. Yeah, I just hope it's not Mulan. If it's anything besides Mulan, I'm happy. But yeah, Mulan is not bad. No,
if anything wasn't bad about the movie was the costume design. Exactly. That's my thing. I think if anything that went right with Mulan, it was the costuming. So if we're going to give it anything, I guess we give it that. But I also... Next safe choice is always the pretty dresses, though. Yeah. I also feel like with Emma, I've seen some videos of historical people talking about the dressing and how accurate it is to the time. And they say it's pretty accurate. The only thing is they are colorful dresses, but which is not really... That's what we had with Little Women last year.
Yeah, it's not really of the time, but it's like, oh well, it's just an interpretation. But the actual like fit and look of the costumes is very accurate. So
That's immediately what jumped out with Little Woman last year in theaters. Remember theaters? There was like a
been
place
so
where
long
you go to
ago.
watch movies. I
Uh-huh.
was watching Little Women, and it stood out how colorful the dresses were. But apparently that one was accurate. This was at the time frame where they were doing colorful dresses.
Yeah, I think I saw them talking about Greta was talking about how she talked to somebody and they were like, "Oh yeah, like new dye colors were coming out." So
Yeah,
they
pretty colorful dresses are gonna win always.
yeah.
But I hope it's more Rainey's. I just don't have. I'm not gonna put my money on that one, but I hope it's that one. They're all decent costume designs though, even Pinocchio. But we're gonna move on to best achievement in production design, which again, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, News of the World, Tenet, and The Father.
This is the other category that I think Mank has a chance in. So
I think he has a little bit more than a chance, but I think it's gonna win.
that's what I put down. But I think I would also give this as my favorite one. I would say it's Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
My favorite one, and the only thing I liked about this movie is News of the World.
Dang. Okay.
The only thing I like about News of the World is the production design. I think
Uh-huh.
they had the best production design this year. But besides that, there's not much I can give.
Mm. I never saw it, but I just watching the trailer for it made me like not want to do that.
Oh no, it's not. Don't watch it. Please don't watch it. You're still in time. Stay away. Yeah,
Uh,
it's not a great movie, but I like the production design a lot. I guess I like westerns.
yeah, I'm not a big fan of westerns, as we both know.
Yeah, the story has nothing to do with the production design.
Very true. But we have best film editing. We have The Father, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago Seven.
I think the Trial of Chicago 7 is the obvious choice, I guess.
Yeah, that was my guess.
Because it's just so obvious. But like you said in our video, again, which you can find right now, you said that immediately you noticed the editing in the opening segment of the Trial of Chicago 7.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to win purely for that opening.
But I think the best, undisputedly, is The Father, because the editing makes the movie.
Yeah, this is so funny because I did write The Father down for like my favorite as well.
I mean, the editing makes the whole movie. There's no
Yeah, it's
the movie
it,
works because of the editing.
yeah, it's like it confuses you in a way that is not overwhelming, I guess. It just makes you feel like Anthony does in the movie,
Yeah.
where it's
Sound of Metal is also well edited, but I think that's probably the second one. If anything was going to win, but I think Trial is going to win for sure because it's so obviously edited.
mm,
If it was, I mean, if you go back, last year it was Ford versus Ferrari, very obvious editing. Like there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just the most by the book. And then the year before that, we don't like to talk about is Bohemian Rhapsody. If anyone is wondering.
oh right, that yeah. I remember you pointed that out, and then I watched the scene that was like particularly offensive.
The one that had like 50 cuts.
Yeah, and it was so jarring, and I was like, oh my god, how did this win? I don't think it's a bad
I think they won
movie,
for
but
other reasons besides the editing. Again, because I told you, I don't remember what video or what episode it was, but they wanted to reward the editor for working without a director.
that's right. Yeah,
That whole movie was a mess.
for sure.
But next up, cinematography. Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, News of the World, Nomadland, and The Trial of Chicago 7. I think there's a clear favorite here, but you tell me what you.
I wasn't gonna say there was a clear favorite, so maybe I'm wrong about this, but I think that I would choose Judas and the Black Messiah to win.
Mm.
But I don't know. I could also see. I could see. I honestly, I could see most of these winning. except for News of the World. I literally cannot picture News of the World winning anything. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
My favorite is Judas and the Black Messiah, but I think Nomadland.
Well, I didn't want to pick Nomadland because I feel like, yeah, it's pretty, right? But I don't know. I guess it depends on how people feel about nature shots this year or not, you know?
Mank also has a pretty good chance. It's in black and white, even though it's on digital. But yeah, my favorite was Judas and the Black Messiah, and I mentioned it in the video that you couldn't find in our channel. I really like the cinematography in Judas and the Black Messiah, but I don't think it's going to win. I don't know what you think it's going to win. Tell us.
I don't know. I just feel like I I don't know. I can't really I just think that the people voting this year might go for that over the other ones. I don't really have a clear answer why, but that's just kind of my gut feeling.
I feel like the cinematography nomination is always such a toss-up.
Yeah, especially like, I don't know. It's always hard, I think, because I think a lot of people confuse the directing with the cinematography sometimes.
Mm.
Or like they're pretty much the same. So I think it's sometimes hard to pick out what I think other people are going to choose.
But we're getting into the big categories now.
Yes.
Those are the big boys. These are the ones you want to win.
Yeah, so our first big category is Best Adapted Screenplay. We have Borat subsequent movie film, The Father, Nomadland, One Night in Miami, and White Tiger.
Yes, for some reason we have White Tiger.
Roast them, baby.
It's not a terrible movie. I just don't get why it got nominated for adapted screenplay.
Yeah, this is also one of those ones that I kind of completely guessed on. I kind of went with my gut feeling. I don't really know why I picked this one, but I picked One Night in Miami to win.
Oh, nice.
I think my favorite was The Father, though. I think
My favorite was The Father.
Yeah.
My second favorite, I think, was One Night in Miami. Listen, I think Nomadland is the best movie in the list, but it's not the best screenplay. But I still think it's going to win just because it's the best movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could see maybe. I don't think that they're going to give Nomadland a screenplay award. I just don't see it happening. But
I think you'd be wrong.
Well, we'll see. I guess we're going to have to put money on it.
Yeah, or put your money where your mouth is. Okay, so for Best Original Screenplay, we got Judas and the Black Messiah, Minari, Promising Young Women, The Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago 7.
I think Judas and the Black Messiah is going to win.
I hope I'm wrong, because it's my least favorite.
But
The Trial of the Chicago 7, I think, is going to win. I think they're going to give
for Aaron
Sorkin's. Yeah.
Honestly, sitting here right now, I just kind of thought that maybe Promising Young Woman might win.
This is a hard category, too.
Just for what it is, you know? I don't think it's particularly spectacular, but...
I think it falls apart for a lot of people, though, in the third act.
Yeah, but I don't know how many voters are going to be thinking about it in that kind of sense, you know? But my favorite, personally, I liked Minari's script.
Yes, me too. I like Judas and the Black Messiah, and I like Minari. Those are two very solid screenplays.
I agree.
The other ones are fine, I guess. They're not great. Including Sound of Metal. Like, Sound of Metal is better than Promising Young Women and The Trial, but as a screenplay, it's fairly straightforward.
Yeah.
But I think mediocrity is going to win. It's going to be Trial of the Chicago 7.
Mediocrity. We also discussed that the screenplay isn't that bad. It's just kind of the directing.
The screenplay isn't that bad, but it's not great.
I mean, I guess, but...
I remember saying you had a long time to write this screenplay, and this is the best you can come up with. So my views have not changed.
That's true. That's true. Okay, so moving on to Best Director. We have Thomas Vinterberg for Another Round, David Fincher for Mank, Lee Isaac Chung for Minari, Chloe Zhao for Nomadland, and Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Woman.
You went in alphabetical order of the movies, not of the director.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I did.
This tells me more about your psyche.
I'm sure.
I learn every day.
Uh-huh. I am happy that two women got a nomination for Best Director.
Yes, I'm also happy that Thomas Vinterberg got the nomination.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
was not expecting it. No one was.
honestly, this is like a pretty solid category. I think that they all have like very solid, like they were all solid choices for
Yeah.
Best Director.
I mean, I do think Emerald was picked a little bit because she's a woman, but that's fine.
Maybe. I don't know. I did.
I mean, I'm
feel
fine with it.
I feel like oh, who directed One Night in Miami?
King?
Regina King, that's right.
Regina King. I was going to say Rebecca, but then I was like, that's definitely not it.
Regina King. I think she probably
Regina.
did a better job from what I've seen, but I don't know if there was like if she was not able to be nominated because of rules or something. I don't really know, but
There's also the problem that she's directing a movie about men, and these two are females directing a movie about females. That helps.
I guess. But
As a parent, because you gotta sell your nomination. You don't just get it for being the best.
yeah,
That's not how it always works. You kind of gotta sell a story.
yeah.
And Chloe has the best story by far in this category.
Yeah, I think she's gonna win, and I think she deserves to win.
And she's the first Asian woman nominated, and she's going to be the first Asian woman to win. There's no way around that.
Yeah, I thought she did a great job at directing Nomadland. I've already talked about how much I appreciate Nomadland and how much my soul was so happy seeing it.
Yeah, she's going to win. I think it's a very solid performance as a director, and she also worked with a lot of non-actors, which helps. It helps sway the votes her way, I would think.
Mm.
I mean, David Fincher is only here because of Mank being what it is. It's this idea of making a movie about Citizen Kane that put him in this position. Because they ignored the screenplay. The screenplay was a little messy, but I understand why it was that way. But I think it's just put here because they needed to put people here. But I don't see it going to anyone else. It's Chloe.
I agree. Chloe.
So we're going to go to Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role. Got Amanda Seyfried for Mank, Glenn Close for Hillbilly Elegy, Maria Bakalova for Borat's subsequent movie film, Olivia Colman for The Father, and Yoon Soo-yeon for Minari. I hope I'm wrong, but this could be Glenn Close's year. They keep saying that it's her time to win, because she gets nominated so often she's never won. But damn, I really hope they're not thinking like that.
I don't think that they're thinking like that. I think that this woman is never going to get an Oscar, which might be a bold statement, but I don't think that there's enough push for her like there was for Leonardo DiCaprio when he didn't have an Oscar yet.
Okay, but when Olivia Colman won for The Favorite, a lot of people were saying like Glenn Close might win because it's, her time. She deserves one for her body of work. And again, we have Olivia Colman nominated in the same category as Glenn Close. I don't think either of them are going.
No, my gut feeling is it's going to be Maria Bakalova.
Oh, that's my favorite one, actually, surprisingly.
Really? I don't know. I didn't watch Borat, but I've seen some of the clips. Like you showed me some of the clips. Specifically the one with Rudy Giuliani. So.
Yeah, she had to pretend that she was interested in Rudy Giuliani. How is that not great acting?
I don't know. I don't know.
If you can go up to Rudy and actually convince him you're attracted to him, you deserve an Oscar. But I think the winner is going to be Yoon Soo-yeon.
Okay, I think she's my favorite one. I think out of this category, but I think it's still going to go to Maria.
So we got like the opposite views, I guess. My favorite is Maria Bakalova. There was a very early push for Amanda Seyfried.
That's not that's just not happening.
Yeah, but when the season started, the award season started, it was all about Amanda Seyfried. But then that kind of went away. Yeah. Olivia Colman would be funny.
Kind of.
Deserves it. And it'd be funny. I'd love a second. I love a second speech, especially because she said she'd never give another one.
Yeah. So moving on, we have Best Supporting Actor. We have Sacha Baron Cohen for Trial of the Chicago 7, Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah, Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami, Paul Rassi for Sound of Metal, and Lakeith Stanfield for Judas and the Black Messiah.
Mm-hmm. 2 for Judas and the Black Messiah here.
Yeah, and
both Daniel and Lakeith was really freaking good, and they both deserve it. Like, I don't think it's gonna go for any of them.
Who do you think it's gonna be?
I think Sacha Baron Cohen had a hyped year, and I think that's gonna be enough to win it.
Okay, I disagree. I think Daniel Kaluuya is definitely gonna win.
I hope it's Daniel Kaluuya.
I hope
you're right.
I think he's gonna do it. I think he was just on SNL, so
He
fresh.
was?
Yeah, he's fresh in the minds. So
I don't know. Sacha Baron Cohen had such a big year.
He did have a big year.
He almost got 2 nominations this year.
But I think
I don't know.
I think people are I don't know how to say this. I think that he's very divisive. So I think that
he's aggressive in the way he portrays himself.
Yeah, I think that there's enough people out there in the voting pool that don't like him and don't respect him that I don't think he's going to win.
Okay, hopefully you're right. Not that I dislike Sacha.
Yeah,
I would love to see
down with Sacha.
So, actress in a leading role, Andra Day in The United States versus Billie Holiday, Carey Mulligan for Promising Young Women, Frances McDormand for Nomadland, Vanessa Kirby for Pieces of Woman, and Viola Davis for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit, I don't know who's going to win this one. I've seen a lot of hype lately for Carey Mulligan.
Yeah, that's the word around town.
I've seen a lot of hype. And then with the Golden Globes giving it to Andra Day, I'm also kind of like...
It's Andra.
Oh, sorry. Andra Day.
Honestly, I hate that movie with such fearlessness that don't.
But
I'm so mad at that movie, honestly.
I personally think, and I'm hoping that she wins, I think it's going to be Viola Davis.
I'm on your team, sister. I think she's going to win, and I think she deserves to win. Frances McDormand, great, amazing, whatever. She already has one. Give it to Viola Davis. Vanessa Kirby was fine, but there's no way.
Yeah, I think she's like the least likely to win, but I really have been seeing more and more like hype for Carey Mulligan, so it could potentially be her, especially if it doesn't win anything.
I think if we did this the day of, I'd probably say Carey Mulligan, but I'm going to be hopeful and say Viola Davis.
I agree. So we have Best Actor. We have Riz Ahmed for Sound of Metal, Chadwick Boseman for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Anthony Hopkins for The Father, Gary Oldman for Mank, and Stephen Yeun from Nari. Like I said,
my favorite is clearly Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, I know your favorite's Anthony Hopkins. I just appreciate that Stephen Yeun has an Oscar nom. I don't think he's going to win.
Yes, that's cool. I mean, it's cool, though.
But it's fun.
It's a cool category. I'm fine. Okay, my favorite is Anthony Hopkins, but I hope Chadwick Boseman wins. Come on. He has to win.
Yeah, I think he's going to win. I think...
and it's also like, it's not like he doesn't deserve it. He deserves it, and he was very good.
Yeah.
And the fact that he passed away and he did all of this through his colon cancer, I think means a lot, and it's enough for him to win.
Yeah,
and he should win. I don't think he was the best, but he was still very good.
Yeah,
so it's not undeserving in any way.
I think a lot of people want to honor his legacy anyway. So I think that he's going to win. I think he deserves to win.
Yeah.
There's not really much else to say.
It's not going to be the same situation with Leonardo DiCaprio, where people are saying he's just won for winning's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Not deservingly. Chadwick might win for winning's sake, but he deserves it anyways. He might win because of the unfortunate situation around this, but he also put in a great performance. So
agreed.
So the big one,
Yes, the big one.
And also, don't forget, we have individual episodes for all of these. If you want to hear our thoughts more in depth of any of these, the best motion picture of the year: The Father, Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, Minari, Nomadland, Promising Young Women, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of Chicago 7.
I mean, I feel like it's pretty obvious which one is my favorite and which one I think is gonna win, and it's 100%
And mine are the same. And I'm gonna say it again. I said this in the individual video again. Check out. It's the perfect mood movie for the year.
Yeah.
We've been closing our homes, and it's a movie about freedom and about just exploring yourself, and it's perfect for this year.
Agreed.
And as good as Minari and Judas and the Black Messiah and The Father are, and they are really good, Nomadland just is the one to win this year. Maybe in a different year, it could have been Minari. But this year, I think the perfect movie to win is Nomadland. I'm a little scared about Trial of the Chicago 7.
Yeah, that's what I said that in our episode too, that when it won Best Ensemble Cast at the SAG Awards, I was like, uh-oh. But I don't know. I think that they kind of the cast did do a good job with what they had, and
So what?
I don't know. I think that they were probably just awarding them, but I don't know. Especially since Sasha's the only one that got any sort of recognition for it.
But can we agree the best ensemble is Minari?
Yeah, I would agree.
But the best movie is Nomadland. And it should win. It makes so much sense, too. It's the perfect year to remember 2020 by.
Yeah.
Because it's the opposite of what you had. It's the movie you had in your head without watching the movie. It's the freedom you wished you had before the movie came out. So the movie just encapsulates everything. It came out at the perfect time.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I think that pretty much wraps up our prediction episode.
Yeah, and you should give your predictions in the comments.
Yeah, we want to see if you guys agree with us, disagree, have other thoughts on our predictions.
And if you dislike this in any ways because you're for the Chicago 7 stan and we don't like it. No, we like you.
Hit that thumbs down.
No. I do. I don't really care. Well, like, subscribe, follow us on all of our platforms now. And we'll see you next time with an actual normal episode that might or might not be about the Oscars. Who knows?
Maybe. I guess we'll see.
We'll see. See you next Monday.